Hi everyone, Sandra Vale here at Homesteading Ways. It's almost summertime according to the calendar, so I thought it would be a great time to show you how to make ketchup. It's really easy and it has all the good stuff that you want in there, none of the bad stuff, and it won't cost you a lot either. So let's get started. Okay, we're starting off with tomato paste. This is an organic tomato paste, and sometimes it comes in 7-ounce cans. You can use that as well. Just get most of it out of there. It takes a lot of tomatoes to make tomato paste, which is why I don't do it myself. We're going to get that out of there. Alright, the next thing we're going to be putting in is tomato sauce. Now this is a little bit thinner. This is some of my homemade tomato sauce from last fall. And we're just going to measure out a half a cup. And get that in there. Next up is brown sugar. Now I use a darker brown sugar. I actually make my own, and you can get the recipe for that on my website, homesteadingways.com. Look in the kitchen area under recipes. And we're going to put 2 tablespoons in there. I don't like an overly sweet ketchup. And this will be just enough. I'm not packing it. And that's good. I want to give that a little mix real quick. Let's get it going in there. Okay. Next, we are going to do salt. I'm using this sea salt. Feel free to use whatever salt you want. Sea salt is great for the extra minerals. Oh, and this is a teaspoon. By the way, everyone, the complete measurements are going to be in the description, so make sure you look down and you will find it. I don't think that was a full teaspoon. There we go. Next up, for me, is onion powder. I like onion powder in a lot of stuff. I like onions, I like garlic, so I tend to put them in a lot of things. So we're going to use a half a teaspoon of that. And then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of onion powder. Now, oh goodness gracious, I meant garlic powder. Garlic, onion, same family, right? Although they taste quite different. Next, let's see here. Allspice. We're going to use a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. Ground allspice. Seems like a lot, but it'll taste fine. Ground mustard. We're also going to use a teaspoon of that. Not teaspoon, holy mackerel, I'm on a roll today. A 1/4 teaspoon of ground mustard. And then as far as the spices go, the last thing we're going to use is 1 clove. And I mean 1. And actually, see the little clove here? I don't know how well you can see that. That top little round piece. Yeah, I'm going to break that off and not even put it in there. We're just going to use this little piece without the round top. Now you might want to mix this up a little bit, just get it going. The last thing, well, second to last thing we're going to put in is our vinegar. Now I use just plain white distilled vinegar. I tried the apple cider and I didn't care for it. Maybe you will. Go ahead and try it if you like. Half a cup. of white vinegar, and then I'm going to use 2-3 tablespoons only of water. Now, if you don't use a whole half a cup of vinegar, let's say you only use a 1/4 cup, then add a half a cup of water. I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of water in here. Now we're going to mix this up just a little bit in here, and then we're going to put it on the stove. I'm going to show you how you want it on the stove. Alrighty, can you see this? It's already looking like ketchup. I gave mine a little bit of a taste and it was too salty, so I added a little bit more water. And make sure you test yours out too. So we have this on a medium-high heat, and all we want to do is kind of meld the flavors together. So we're not going to boil it or anything like that. I have kind of a big chunk in here. I think this is from my tomato sauce. So we're just going to heat it on there. We're going to get it warmed up till it has a little bit of bubbles on the side, which it's almost starting to do now. See that? Get it bubbling like at a simmer. You don't want a full boil. Just want that little bit of bubble to make sure that it has gotten warm enough to the temperature you want it at. So it's not all the way around yet, but almost. Stay here and keep stirring because you don't want it to scorch. Just keep watching it for a minute or two. And it's looking like it's going to do a full boil here in a second. So now I'm going to shut it off. Because, see, it's thick enough, you're not cooking anything down. And then it will thicken a little bit more when it's in the fridge. So, let it sit here for, I don't know, say 15-20 minutes. Put it on the counter if you like. Let it get down to room temperature. And then I'll show you what we're going to do after that. Okay, this is cooled down pretty well to room temperature. And so I tested it again, and it's just a little too sharp for my taste. So I'm going to put in another tablespoon of brown sugar. Now, this is your ketchup, you know. Put in what you want. Change the measurements if you like. Whatever tastes good to you, you know, maybe just use this as a base recipe. But just keep testing it along the way to make sure, you know, it's what you and your family would like. But now that this is cooled down to room temperature, I'm going to put it in the fridge. I'm just going to leave it here in the pot, put a lid on it, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for anywhere, I'd say, between 2 and 4 hours, and then I'm going to check it. Okay, I hope y'all can see this pretty well. The lighting isn't the greatest in here, but it's been sitting a couple of hours now, probably closer to 3. And the consistency, it's already thickened up. It'll probably thicken up even further once I have it in there. But the one thing I want to do now is try and find that little piece of clove and fish it out. So you really don't want it staying in there too long. I'm having a hard time finding it. Found it. There we go. Okay, I saved one of my old containers here, and it's not the biggest one they make, but it's definitely bigger than the smaller one. I don't know if this is, I want to say 16 ounces, but I'm not sure. It could be 12. So I'm just going to pour that in there. Trying to get the most out of there that we can. Don't want to waste any of that creamy goodness. Okay, it didn't fill it all the way, but it's close enough. Now, if you don't have one of these, most of the stores have those red ketchup plastic containers. You can use one of those. Or even a salad dressing bottle if that's what you have on hand. I would try that too. Put your lid on. I'm just going to shake this up a little bit. And there you go. Label it. Keep it in the fridge. This will be good for way over a month, but at least a month. Probably closer to 3 months. But I'm sure it's not going to last that long in your house because it sure doesn't here, especially in the summertime. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you out. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. That was awesome of you to do. Please comment, subscribe, share the video. All of that would be great and wonderful. It was nice talking to you, and you take care.